Hi, this is Trey Bass, so welcome to my review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's latest movie, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. Okay, and cameos by tons of people in here in this movie. I think you got Dakota Fanning in here, Timothy Olyphant, Al Pacino, Kurt Russell, Luke Perry's in this. Just a lot of a lot of stars. Of course, it's a Quentin Tarantino film, so a lot of people want to work with him. But basically, this story takes place in 1969 Hollywood, where you have TV star Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a sort of a TV star who sort of feels that his career is kind of going the wrong way, and he's struggling to try to stay relevant in the TV industry. And he really wants to make movies, but he's still, he's kind of typecast as a TV star, and he's trying, he really wants to do better, and he thinks he's kind of washed up. But he has a best friend, Cliff Booth, who's a stunt double, played by Brad Pitt, who's older guy. He's more laid back, and he's happy just to be working as a stunt double and to be Rick Dalton's friend. And he takes life easy, as it is, and he's kind of a nice, easy, laid back kind of guy. And then you have Margot Robbie. She plays a young, of course, Sharon Tate, who's of course at the time married to Roman Polanski, and her star is rising in Hollywood and stuff. So, and she happens to live right next door to Rick Dalton. And so, like I said, he's kind of envious of her because she's on the rise and he's struggling to start to stay relevant. And this story is basically that story, of course. And of course, we know what Sharon Tate is famous for. Okay, so that story sort of intersects with this, but mostly it's the story about Rick Dalton trying to basically trying to stay relevant, and his friend Cliff Booth, trying to boost him up, and of course, and that friend, of course, kind of runs into these hippies. It's sort of the Manson gang kind of runs into them, and basically this is that story. This movie is about 2 hours and 40 something minutes. Okay, I think it's a bit long, but it's still a really pretty good movie. Again, Brad Pitt to me is just an essential movie star. In this part, he plays this laid back guy who kind of takes life easy. He doesn't fuss or muss, but he's a confident fellow, and he, like I said, Brad Pitt is a star. Okay, if you didn't know, if you came from Mars and didn't know who Brad Pitt was, if you saw this movie, you say, yeah, that guy is a star. He has charisma. He just commands the screen. Uh, his part is sort of laid back. Like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio, his part is more. You get more emotions out of him because he's struggling and trying to stay relevant, and he's really hard on himself, and he's trying to be relevant. And Margot Robbie, her character is, she's bubbly, and you don't really get to know Sharon Tate that much in this movie. You just kind of see the surface things about her. They don't really spend that much time with her. This movie is mostly focused on, I think, on Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's characters, and I liked it. It was entertaining. I know a lot of people think it's too long. Like I said, I think maybe he could have shaved 20 minutes off this movie. But it's still entertaining, and again, that's mostly because of these actors who they carry the film. Okay, I don't think this is Quentin Tarantino's strongest film by far, but it's a decent film. It's entertaining. Okay, and again, Brad Pitt to me he just plays this part so well, and Leonardo DiCaprio, he shows more emotions and stuff, and and he provides a lot of the angst for this movie and stuff, and you find yourself kind of rooting for him to see if he can succeed in this changing world where things are rapidly changing in Hollywood, and he's like I say, he's trying to stay relevant and stuff and do what he has to do to stay relevant. And again, Cliff Booth, Brad Pitt's character, he's just like along for the ride, and you get to see kind of things the way he sees them. Like he sees Rick Dalton, his friend. He said, no, you're still a star. You're still, he really believes in his friend, and he kind of gives him, gives him the confidence to try to, stay at it and stay with it. And again, these two guys together are magic together, and I really would like to see them in another movie together. Okay, because they, like I say, they command the screen when they're on the screen, and I just really love Brad Pitt's character in this movie. Okay, like I said, we all know the fate of Sharon Tate. For those who don't know, you can look it up. We all know the fate of Sharon Tate. And I thought they were going to do sort of something to that, and I won't spoil that because they do something with that. So I don't want to spoil that for you. So for those who don't know, okay, uh, but you read about if you look up Sharon Tate's her bio, you'll find out exactly how her and the whole Manson family thing, how that played out. But Quentin Tarantino does an interesting take on that in this movie, which is totally worth seeing. Okay, let us leave it at that. Okay, but again, this movie, like I said, I don't think it's his strongest movie by far, but I think it's entertaining. And again, Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, they're stars, and they carry the movie. Okay, Margot Robbie, she plays that part, but I don't think she has enough screen time for you to get to really know Sharon Tate's character. Okay, but she's professional and she does an okay job, but I don't think she's in the movie nearly as much as I thought she was going to be going in. Okay, but and there's also a guy that you probably see in the trailers that does that that imitation of Bruce Lee, and he's just really good. If they really do another a bio of Bruce Lee or whatever, or a remake of the Green Hornet, they really need to hire that guy, whoever that guy is, that actor who does that, because he's really really good. I mean, he's really good. And that scene between him and Brad Pitt is fantastic in this movie. Like I said, there's a lot of cameos in there. Al Pacino plays like a business executive. Okay, and you got Timothy Olyphant. He plays another star. You have the late Luke Perry. I think this is, of course, his last film that he did before he died. He passed on. Okay, you have Dakota Fanning in there. She plays a hippie chick in this. In Kurt Russell, you have Kurt Russell. And there's a lot of cameos in this by famous people and stuff. But again, I enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's his best movie. Okay, but it's entertaining because of the stars in it. I think they kind of carry the movie and make it entertaining and make you want to watch it. Again, I think it is a little bit too long. They could have shaved maybe like 20 minutes off this movie, but it's still an entertaining movie to me, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I would definitely recommend you go see it if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan, but more importantly, if you're a Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio fan, go see the movie because they're really good in it. Okay. Anyway, I'll leave you with this. I'm gonna give Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Again, I don't think it's his best movie, Quentin Tarantino, because I think his other movies are just better movies. I just like the story better in those movies rather than this one. But again, the stars I think carry this movie to make it entertaining. Okay, so I'm gonna give again an 8 out of 10 for me for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Again, could have been better. I think if the script was better, and I think that definitely if Margot Robbie's, if she was her character, maybe if you got to know her character more, Sharon Tate's character. Okay, we all know the story of her, but I was expecting kind of more of her backstory, maybe just to get to know her character better. But I don't unless you got edited out. Again, this movie's about 2 hours and 40 minutes, so maybe they cut more of her dialogue out of this movie. So I guess we'll see maybe a director's cut of this or deleted scenes and see maybe she had more to do that they just cut out for time. Anyway, 8 out of 10 for me. Anyway, let me know what you think of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What do you think of it? I'll leave a link to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I also have a link to my other channel called Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.